Hey guys, this is Andy McCann, owner of CrossFit Garage here in Woodstock, Georgia. A little bit different today. Yes, we are still laying a firm foundation in food, fitness, and finance, but I'm going to go over Evan and his Crohn's diagnosis. First, I am not a doctor. Don't listen to me. Go do your own research. I am just going to relay to you what I have visually seen and journeyed with Evan on his journey to fight this diagnosis. You can go back and listen to the other episodes. This one is meant to be a story of hope, joy, and winning. And I want those that are out there who have this in their life, whether it's you or a kid. It's worse if it's a kid. If it's you, it's like, well, it's me. At least it's nobody else. I want you to know that it is possible to get through this thing without cutting out your colon. It's really tough, and Evan did it right, but it is possible. I know everybody's body is different, and I'm hesitant to say do it this way. I mean, you do your own way, make your own research. And I'm also hesitant to say go talk to your doctor before you do anything, because the doctor did not want Evan to do this, yet here we are, fixed. They have never called, they've never checked up, they've never requested. Nobody has ever done anything to say, hey, is your son still alive? They don't care. They just wanted to get him on a prescription and cut out his colon. And that's the only solutions she would give us. So this is going to be part 5, probably not the last one, but it's it's like Star Wars Episode 4. It's A New Hope. I want to give you guys a new hope. This is, it's been a crazy journey, and there's lots of tears and lots of loneliness. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not easy. And I'm going to say for sure, most of you and your kids or whoever it is cannot do this. So don't go down it going, oh, he did it, I can do it. Evan and I are built different. I feel like Evan is very similar to my wife. He and I get along really well, and I married my wife, so we get along really well. I think it's just they have something inside them that makes us easy to connect. But I also gave him some tendencies from me because, he's genetically mine, right? And that is, I don't know what it is. I don't know what you would call it. Would you call it autism? Would you call it a piece of being on the spectrum? Or would you call it a heavy dose of willpower? I don't know. They kind of look the same. I'm not saying I'm a genius, but genius kind of looks like stupidity in ways, right? So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I would say that it's made me who I am, so I like it, but it's probably been a curse growing up because it was hard to fit in a lot of times. Not teary-eyed, just it was a thing and I knew it and I was okay with it. And as I grow up, I kind of get through these things and I understand to build a better person, I need to think about stuff. He has done this much. I'm pointing over to my right because he was sitting there all summer doing his internship. But he's not there. He's back at college, which is great. But the story is tough, and he has done a thing that I don't think many people could. Fortunately, I can hit pause if I get teary-eyed, and you'll never know it. So I am a robot. I'm an emotional zero. Okay, so this is part 5. The spoiler is Evan is doing great. The loneliness from the first year was tough. The eating this way was tough. He saw results. He kept going. He persevered. He has tried to add things back in and then watched to see it fall apart. So many times he added too much, going, yay, it's something else besides meat, salt, and water. And it didn't go well for him. So instead of doing like one blueberry and seeing how it went, he would do a whole handful of blueberries. I'm like, look, they're individually wrapped. Why don't you just do one and see how it goes? So over time, he did learn to do the right thing. He had a bottle of honey by the side of his computer to like suck on local honey because honey worked and it provides calories. There is a problem with a lot of the things we've done, but we are out to solve one thing, which is how do you fix your intestines when they say you have Crohn's, which is your body attacks itself? Is it really attacking itself, or is it attacking something on the inside, or is it irritated? I don't know. I literally don't know the answers for you guys. I can just tell you what I saw him do. So the typical way the medical community wants to fight it is here's a drug, you're going to stab yourself. It's a biological, it's sort of like an mRNA shot that's going to rewrite some code in your intestines or something. So it causes you not to feel your insides. The lady said, the PA said, yes, this will shorten your life by 10 years, we think. and you'll probably have to have your colon cut out anyway, but you'll at least be able to eat like a normal person. And he said, screw that. I don't want to eat like a normal person if it's going to cost that. I'd rather force myself into a year of doing something different. So we changed the way he eats, we changed his environment, and we changed the like, I guess the insides, the parasites and stuff. So we did a lot of things at one time. The real short of the story is we don't know why he got the way he is. We as a family opted for the Dr. Denmark style of medicine, which is like, hey, here's an enema. You hope you get better. Rub some dirt on it and like, don't do as much intervention as you think you should do. We didn't really do shots for any of the kids. So nobody has, I think they all maybe have one vaccine shot. My kids, my family is allergic to eggs. And so, Verdi's family was allergic to eggs. So we weren't sure what was happening with the kids when they get a reaction. So we stopped doing it because no one could tell us. Who knew there was such a fight? Anyway, we don't do much medicine for the kids. We eat pretty damn healthy. So I would have said he should be on a good footing and everything should be okay. The other 3 kids are okay, but something happened. So I'm of the opinion that something pivotal happened. What is it? I don't really know. But in January of 2 years ago, he went on a cruise with his fraternity from UGA, BYX, Beta, BY. What does Y stand for? Beta Upsilon? No, Beta Upsilon Chi? Beta, BYX. Beta, I don't know. That's funny. I don't know what the Y stands for anymore. Anyway, it's a Christian fraternity up at UGA. They went on a cruise. He said he went on island and ate sushi with everybody else. He came back and was like, I don't feel right. Was it that? I don't know. Did he get a parasite from sushi? I don't know, but it seems like it all stemmed from that. It got worse. When he was 170 pounds, he came home from college that year at 130 pounds, and we watched him for a month continue to lose weight and shit stuff out his rear end and barf stuff up that was not even digested. So lettuce would go completely through him, and it would come out as chewed lettuce. It was disgusting. So he got down to 117 pounds, and I said, dude, you're going to die from weight loss if we don't do something different. So he changed everything. He found the lion diet, decided to go down that route. I said, it's a lonely journey. That's what I hear in the podcasts. So I'm going to go with you. So I got on the journey with him. He and I have been eating pretty strict carnivore for over a year, and it's been working out great. So one, it is apparently not true. You don't need fiber to poop. I poop just fine. So does he. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I haven't had he's eating a little bit more than me. I stayed pretty strict because I enjoy this, but I would safely say we've had less than 10 avocados in the last year. And we've probably had less than 5 sweet potatoes in the last year. He has eaten a little bit of other stuff. That's it. That's all the vegetables I have had. I don't eat anything else. It's basically ruminant meat, salt, water, black coffee, and goat cheese and butter. That's it. I know, pretty boring, but I actually really enjoy it. It's the craziest thing. I would tell you guys don't do this because it's super hard to do it if you don't love it. Now, I would say do it to give it a try because you might find, like me, you're like, dang, this is pretty good. Anyway, Evan is now doing really well. He's doing great. He said the hardest thing now is to get back to college. So he left here. Let me back up. So it's been a year plus. He goes back to college just earlier in August. We had meant to do this together, but this is the cool thing. We both said we need to do part 5 together before you go. And we're like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. It's so less of a thing in his life. We both forgot. That's awesome. When you have a thing and you forget about it, that means it's not that much of a thing anymore. So that's awesome. So the fact that we both forgot and he went back to college and we didn't do this is awesome to me. He's gaining weight. So he left home. He stabilized at 135 for a very long time. And I can attest to that by eating carnivore. I eat like 4,000 calories a day, and I'm still like losing weight slowly over time. It was fast. I went from like 168 to 158 in about like 3 months or less. I think it's maybe even like 2 months. But you have to go back and listen to the other ones to find out. Now I'm losing like a pound over 6 months. So I'm still trending down, even though I'm eating a lot more. Like I added more fat back into the diet. So it's probably more than 4,000 calories. But yeah, so here's what I do for food. In the morning, I eat 6 eggs. For lunch, I usually eat 1 or 2 New York strips. For dinner, I have I have a pound of ground something, a ruminant meat. Ruminant is an animal that eats grass and has 4 stomachs so that the grass ruminates, whatever that really means, it like digests it properly inside of itself. So technically, I suppose I could eat a horse. I'm not going to eat a horse. I don't know. There's a line you cross when it's like a pet and it's friendly. A cow, I'll eat. A horse, not so much. I don't know why. I mean, they're both 4-legged animals. It's just, culturally weird. And I don't know. So basically, I guess you could say it like this. We eat, rather biblically, but only the meat portions. At least that's me. He eats a lot of other stuff. And then I also put a lot of goat cheese on the meat. So if you go to Publix, you can buy a tube or a sleeve of goat cheese. I buy the one that is like 3 spools, like a sewing thread and needle, a spool. It's like 2 or 3 spools long, and I eat almost the entire spool on that pound of ground ruminant meat, whatever it is. So right now I'm eating because Evan's back in college. I've got some elk, some venison, some, of course, ground beef. That's the easy one. Some ground bison. And shoot, there was another one that I was eating that I can't remember, but it's that type of thing. 4-legged animal that eats, chews the cud or whatever. And then the goat cheese is just whatever goat cheese is. I think at, oh man, not Publix, the other one, the healthy food store, not Whole Foods. It's, not Trader Joe's. Dang it, it's the other one. Whatever it is, it's over in Town Lake. They sell an organic sleeve of goat cheese. And so I typically will get that with Evan. If he's not around, then I just do one-stop shopping. It's totally made my shopping easy when I go to the store. For me, it's easy. We only have one kid at home now, and she eats like on her own schedule. So we've all determined, we said, hey, our lifestyles are weird now. How about we make Wednesday or Thursday family dinner night? So at least there's one night we're all eating together. We did it last week, and I FaceTimed in the other kids, and we all had dinner together. It was kind of fun. Okay, so back to Crohn's again. Just the pure fact that I can make a joke about it shows you how less of a thing it's become. And I would say the thing that I saw that was the hardest for Evan was the loneliness and the non-acceptance from his friends. Now, I don't mean it like Timmy was an asshole and he just was like, Evan, you're so broken. That's not what it was. It was... They didn't understand, and there was no frame of reference. Evan, we care about the three B's at college: books, boobs, and beer. That's what we want. And actually, in his fraternity, it was a little bit better than that. I guess Bible is in there somewhere, the 4 B's. But there was no frame of reference. And when he said, hey, I can't go eat at Taco Bell with you. And he's like, I don't want to go to a place like that because the smells and I want to eat something different. Again, if you listen to the other podcast from last week that I did, for me, it was just an hour ago, having it refrained, I can't eat those things was much harder on him than me. I don't eat those things because of my son. So I reframed it as a don't. He had it as a can't. Don'ts are much easier to go along with in your goals than can'ts. Don'ts come from an internal source. Can't comes from external. Okay, what else did we learn for him? Many times when we would go out to eat, we would pre-eat so that we did not eat whatever it was out there or, buy too much. So weirdly, like if we go eat, my typical thing is everyone has hamburgers. So I can always say 3 patties each with a slice of cheese. Now the cheese is usually going to be highly processed and not great. So if they have something else, I'll get the other cheese on it. Even anything's better than just a American yellow slice of cheese. I don't even know if that's really cheese. That's just like something squeezed and processed and pushed. So very light on the processed food. Actually, that's probably the biggest thing is getting rid of all processed food. Meat is kind of hard to process. You obviously literally process it. But you know what I mean? It's not synthesized. It's you kill the animal and you cut it and you throw it on the slab. That's it. So anyway, we would pre-eat before going out to eat so that instead of ordering like 6 patties, which they charge you the price of one hamburger, it's like 6 hamburgers, even though you're just eating the meat. We would pre-eat so that we could eat just like 2 patties. And so we could still eat with people. It just wouldn't be that costly. And you may think to yourself like, hey, wait, isn't this expensive? Well, yes, but the shots that he was supposed to take without insurance are $200,000 a shot. I don't have insurance. We're self-insured. So I'm not going to buy a $200,000. I mean, I would if I needed to, but we can try a different route. So it's way cheaper. Now, on the other side, I think if you calculate how much I actually spend on food, I'm actually under what people normally spend because one, I don't go out to eat really at all. Two, the things I eat, there's nothing left over. So like eggs, I eat 6 eggs. So I buy the most cringy, organic-y, granola-y eggs you can get, which are like $8 for a dozen. So that's less than $1 an egg. So I eat 6. So breakfast is $6 at the maximum, right? It's less than that. Lunch is usually 1 or 2 New York strips, which can get pricey, right? So that could be anywhere from $20 to $40, depending on how stacked the steaks are. And then dinner is ground beef with goat cheese. I think a spool of goat cheese is like $5. So I'm not eating the whole we'll just call it $5. And then some ground beef is usually like I don't know, like $4 or $5 or something like that. So maybe dinner is $10. So I'm not really spending that much and I'm getting a high quality nutrition out of all of that. And weirdly, I'm losing weight still. So he eats a little bit different. We would eat similar-ish, but again, he's added other stuff in there. He came up with a recipe for a highly egg and cheese-based pancake-like thing, and he's like, it's close enough texture-wise, and when I put honey on it, it fools me, and I'm good, and it makes me feel like I'm eating something different. So he did come up with a lot of things that were unique so that he could have different tastes and textures. Okay, so in addition to the Lion Diet, instead of going the medical route, we did hire a consultant. And you know what? I didn't even do my whole spiel on the... It's so funny. I just jumped right into this. I'll pause you on the thing. We hired a consultant. Go find a consultant. We hired Josh Detch's group, which is called the Gut Solution, I think. I think any of them would do. They give you a protocol of vitamins and flushing out, killing the parasites and stuff, which I think was a big part of it. We did a colo cleanse where they stick a tube up your butt and they pump water through your large intestines and it flows out. That was pretty weird and disgusting. We did it together because again, I'm gonna go with him on this journey. Okay, let me pause all that and run through the housekeeping, which I totally forgot to do. So guys, yeah, hey, Andy McCann, Woodstock, Georgia. If you're near us, come to our gym, CrossFit Garage. This podcast, Food, Fitness, Finance, is for you about health and fitness and all things finance to get you to have a longer life and a longer functional life expectancy. All right, I do a small bit on the Survival Podcast on Thursday for his expert council. We do have workouts available for you online. Go to CrossFitGarage.com and explore all of that website. We have some free resources for you. Go find that too. We have GarageFitness.online. You can watch this as a video at Andy McCann 42 on YouTube or listen as a podcast on any of the services, even Spotify. Go search for Fitness, Food, and Finance. We are hosting a novice or intermediate competition here at the gym. It used to be called Festivus. That'll be October 18th. A bunch of us are going to go run this Blairsville Adventure Race. It's a 10-hour race in the woods on September 20th. And a bunch of people on the same day, September 20th, are going to do the Savage Blitz Race. All right, up front, we have Dr. Cam Gregory, who runs Chiro Cafe. He's your chiropractor up there for all things awesome. He's not your average crack dealer. And then if you saw, there was a cool video that just came out. This is from Nick from Dark Owl Creative, turning real life into real, pun intended, magic. So he did a cool video for me. He's like, I got the same 5 questions I ask everybody. This takes about 20 minutes. For when we did it, it took 5 minutes. He's like, you had all your answers in your head. I'm like, well, I talk to myself on these podcasts all the time, so I know what I want to say. Anyway, it's a good little, what does he call it? It's checking out Cherokee County, or I forgot what he's calling it. Let me go and see if I can see it. It's called, Branch Out Georgia in Cherokee County. So he's just doing videos on all of us here, and you can hire him. He's great, great little service. And what do I have right here? Oh, there's the video. We don't want to watch that. Okay, cool. There's the housekeeping. For the Lion Diet, I know I breezed through that one. Go back. You can listen to all the episodes before this, give you a real idea of what it is. Essentially, Jordan Peterson's daughter, Michaela Peterson, had a lot of autoimmune issues. She found that when she ate steak, she seemed to do okay. She basically came up with this thing to fix, what is it called when your body attacks itself? Autoimmune. To fix autoimmune issues, eat ruminant meat, salt, and water. And Evan did that for 4 months. He's like, Dad, I feel a change. And that's where the real change started. So I don't know why it works. It just does. I have my ideas, but again, not a doctor. So we went down that road. I would say, it is tough. It's hard. I would recommend it, but it's tough. Most people won't do this. And even when we look at the website there's a Facebook page for the Lion Diet, people are like, I just started the Lion Diet and I ate some cereal this morning. You're like, well, that's, you dumbass, that's not the Lion Diet. So I also find it funny. Like I was talking to someone at the gym and we were talking about carnivore. I was like, oh, what do you typically eat in a day? She said, well, for dinner last night, I had broccoli. I'm like, well, that's not carnivore anymore. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, broccoli is definitely not meat. So it's not carnivore. She's like, wait, what? So I think sometimes we don't know what we're saying and the rules around it. The Lion Diet is very easy. It's ruminant meat, water, salt. That's it. So, it's highly restrictive and very tough, but man, super useful. So go read it up on that. I think on the other part, 1, 2, 3, and 4, it talks all about the journey and the tough parts on it. There was an issue as you start eating this way with diarrhea because your body's trying to get used to it. It's not the lack of fiber. It's that there was too much fat. So you want to firm up your stool, eat less fat, and you have to experiment. Everybody's is different. Everybody's body is different. So figure that one out on your own. I would definitely recommend using some sort of tracking tool, MyFitnessPal or MyNet Diary, so you can actually see what you're getting. Pay for it so you get all the good results. Anyway, that's the road he started down. So he did see improvements. His symptoms were reduced. It took a while, especially the pain of like, hey, I'm driving and all of a sudden I feel like I've got to poop my pants. That kept happening for maybe like 9 months. He'd be like, oh, hold on. And that was disconcerting because you could be driving and that would happen. But that seems to come up very rarely now. So the flare up, the pain, or the, I've got to expel, right? His energy did stabilize and started going up. He even said, I need to start working out when I go back to college. I said, hey, well, take it easy. Do the most important things first. Squat below parallel, lift something heavy, and every once in a while get a little bit out of breath, right? But take it slow. So he's working on that right now. His weight has gone up. Again, going back to college, he started pushing into the 140s. So hey, when you have money that a problem can solve, then you don't really have a problem. Or how does it say? That's not how it goes. If you have a problem that money can solve, then it's not really a problem. So we had a problem with his living environments. And I think I've told you this before. We are okay on money, but everything is tied up in rental properties. So in order to get him a better place to live, we wanted to buy a place that we could do some adjustments to so that he could stay there, then Evan or Levi could stay there, and then maybe Evie, if she wants to go to UGA, could stay there. So we thought the best thing to do would be to buy a thing. We do not have disposable income like most people, just readily available. That's not how we live. It's all tied up in rental properties. So knowing this, we ended up selling a house. Thank you, Shaw and McDonald, for selling for us. And then buying a property. We did a 1031 exchange. If any of you guys are interested in that, I probably did a podcast episode on it, but I'm happy to talk to you about that. It's not exactly, it doesn't work the way you think it works, but it's close. Anyway, so we used our financial ability to do that. Now he's up at a place, we're saving on rent, and he has a roommate, so we're making a little bit of rent. But anyway, we adjusted his environment big time so that we could vastly control it and put some upgrades in without feeling like the money went away. And it was some significant upgrades. So we wanted to be able to control that environment. I think a big part of this is not just the food, but is the environment, the toxins around you, and also like parasites and stuff, which, I mean, we all have parasites and such in us. It's just, are they good or bad, right? I think I did an episode a bit ago where people would intentionally infect themselves with a tapeworm to lose weight. Yeah, that's dumb, but they would do it because it worked, but that's really dumb. Okay, so he's back at UGA. He and Levi just started classes, I think, last week? Yeah. And Olivia just went back to Auburn, so she's doing classes now as well. Or maybe they were 2 weeks ago and she was last week. Anyway, they're back up there doing their school thing. So is he thriving? No, I wouldn't say he's thriving. I would say he's not surviving. He's somewhere in between. He's past the survival point and he's moving towards thriving, but I don't know, thriving at college may look differently. Is thriving being able to go out and drink? I mean, maybe. I don't think so anymore, but back then I did. So maybe he is thriving. I don't know. His weight is going up. He's got a happy outlook on life, and he's able to get rid of the loneliness portion of this. So I would say he's managing, moving towards thriving. He does have to manage his diet, so he can't go to the cafeterias and he can't eat like most college kids. And when his fraternity does like a slow, what is it? What do they call it? Slow Cajun boil. He can go and hang out, but he can't eat any of that. None of that is food. So he is very disciplined. So I don't know if I actually finished this full thought, but I was saying in the beginning, he and I are made a little bit different, and that's the ability to be disciplined and to plan and follow the plan and be okay with it. I am very disciplined, and so much so that I have to undiscipline myself a little bit. So my joke is, I can be spontaneous if you let me plan for it. So it's just how I am. And it's like what Edna Mode said, luck favors the prepared. I think also life's beneficial journey favors the disciplined. I should ask ChatGPT to make that. Actually, let me do that right now. I want it to say it better. Hold on. Okay, so a way that I use ChatGPT, I know I'm bouncing around, but whatever. Another way that I use this AI thing is I'm not the best with words. I know that. I'm not the best with coming up with creative sayings. I know that. But ChatGPT doesn't care. It's going to give me some stuff. So I said, hey, Edna Mode said, life favors the prepared, or luck favors the prepared, darling. And I said, hey, this is my saying, and it was really bad. What was my saying? Life's benefits on the journey favor the disciplined. So that's word turd, right? That's not good at all. So it just said, here's the things that it came up with. Discipline is the toll you pay to travel life's best road. Oh, I like that. The journey rewards the one who shows up every day, not just the one who dreams. Consistency turns ordinary days into extraordinary outcomes. Discipline is the currency. The benefits are compounded interest. Life doesn't hand out prizes for wishes, only for work. The treasures of life's journey are reserved for those who keep walking even when it's uphill. Discipline sharpens the blade that cuts through life's resistance. Ooh, I like that one. Discipline sharpens the blade that cuts through life's resistance. Yeah, I like that. The good things aren't hidden. They're guarded by discipline. Dreams set the direction, but discipline does the driving. That one's a good one too. Freedom is found not in avoiding discipline, but in mastering it. I don't know. I like that. I like luck favors the prepared. So could I get it to get something more catchy? Let me just see if I can get it to give me something better. Okay, so all I prompted it with was, I like those, but something a bit more catchy, like luck favors the prepared. Actually, I spelt it wrong, but it's smart enough to know. So here, it's shorter. Success salutes the discipline. Fortune follows the focus. Ooh, I like that. Fortune follows the focus. Fortune follows the discipline. I might change it to that. Discipline draws the dividends. The consistent collect the reward. Strength favors the steady. Ooh, I like that. How about fortune favors the steady? Fortune favors the disciplined. Fortune favors the disciplined. I think I would change it to that. The prepared may start, but the disciplined finish. Results respect routine. Ooh, results respect routine. Results respect discipline. I think I would change it to that. Discipline is destiny's favorite. Greatness grows in the mind. The journey rewards the relentless. Ooh, that's good too. The journey rewards the relentless. How about the journey rewards the discipline? Well, it's one of those. I may have it actually, I can say that. Turn this into a picture for me. Anyway, that's what I would really say is if you're disciplined, you can make it through this. If you're not, I think it's really damn tough, and I don't really know how you would do it. You have to be disciplined to the annoying degree, and that's kind of me. So yes, I'm trying to soften those edges, and so is Evan, but he is robotically disciplined, and he made this work. It is tough. I could see it with my own eyes. It worked, but it is tough. All right. We have not done blood work in a while. He's like, I'm tired of being poked and prodded. I just don't want to do that anymore. And we can tell it's working. So do we care what the blood work says? I'm like, well, I mean, yes, but no. So we haven't done that. I am about to turn 52 in a couple months, so I am going to get all my blood work done. So my blood work and his blood work should resemble each other similar because we're doing the same sort of thing. Okay, discipline and planning is the key. Use it. Let's see if I can come up with some broader lessons. I did have ChatGPT give me some bullet points. Again, I like ChatGPT, not to like, I'm not reading what it said. You can tell when I read, you can tell I suck at reading out loud. But I do ask it, give me some bullet points based on the things we've talked about in the past that I may forget to say. And it does that, and I like that. So here are some bullet points, and I'll expand upon those. Food can be the medicine. I think it's not that food is the medicine. I think it's most of the food is stupid. It's not real food. So stop eating the stupid crap. I guess food can be the poison. Stop poisoning yourself with bad stuff. That's not even food. Like we play D&D in the basement, and I've got a lot of snacks built up for people to, snack on. And one of them said, "Hey, thank you so much for putting this food down here so that, it's very hospitable." I'm like, "Well, you're welcome, but it's not really food. They're entertainment." And he just smiled because he knew what I was saying. I would never eat any of it because I don't consider it food. Well, I take that back. I do have beef jerky down there. I eat the beef jerky. So stop poisoning yourself with stupid stuff. I would also say that it's important to experiment on yourself, not like drugs and stuff, but like you need to figure out what works for you. This worked for Evan. Will it work for you? I don't know. Will it work for your son or daughter? I don't know. But I mean, there's a lot of stories out there, and I know it's not following the doctor's prescribed stuff. It doesn't cost anything. Discipline. It costs discipline and some loneliness, but there's no like. There's no health drawbacks. I'm not dying 10 years early, and they didn't cut out anybody's colon. So, that's pretty cool. Crohn's doesn't have to be apparently a lifelong sentence. I think it's just going to be a thing he moves through. If you can catch it or get it, I think you can undo it. Now they say, no, you can't do that, but I don't know. I think the way the medical community like pigeonholes, you have Crohn's, you'll always have Crohn's. I don't know. I don't think that's right. It's I don't know. I just don't think it has to be something you're defined by. And he has shown us that. The other is you need support. The mindset is tough in this. The food is tough in this, but the mindset too. I think the hardest part is the lonely side of it. Okay, so some encouragement. I want you to know that Evan's story is a story of hope. So like I said, it's a new hope from Star Wars. It's a struggle. The struggle is real, but it can be done. Not easy, not complicated. It's just not easy. And it's, this is definitely not medical advice. I am not a doctor. I'm a dad who is concerned for his son's life, expressing what we did on the journey as a fact. This is what we did. Will it work for you? I have no freaking clue. Experiment, find out, I guess, fool around and find out. Okay, what else? I guess just know that you're not alone in the journey. If you or your son or daughter, whatever, has this diagnosis, let me know. I've already had several people reach out. This is one of the things where is what we do, does it really matter? Man, I don't know. I don't have the answer to life, the answer to the meaning of life is 42. But besides that, I don't know the answer. I think it's got to be something about, as I get older, I realize this, it's not what I personally did, it's the impact on the others that I've done. So somebody said it earlier and we turned it into a meme. As you get older, nobody cares about the Porsche. They care about your functional life expectancy. So health has a currency for the old that the young just don't understand. When you lose that stuff, it sucks, right? When you realize later that you already were in the good old days, and you just left them, that sucks. So, I don't know, be part of your health. Don't go alone. When people tell me, Andy, thank you, my son has my daughter has and we've listened to your story, we're going to try this thing, it gives us hope. That's what it's about. It goes back to the other podcast on the thinking. Is this a helpful world or a friendly world, or is it a violent, fighty world? That's up to you to figure that out. I know me and the crew that I'm trying to build is we are happy, humble, helpful people who want to be healthy and fit now as well as in our 90s. It's just a piece of the puzzle. Some of it is the mindset. Some of it is the emotional entanglement, the outlook, right? I guess for this, though, the Crohn's, just know that you're not alone. And there's not a one-size-fits-all, and it doesn't have to be take a drug, cut out your colon. It doesn't have to be that. If you've already gone down that road, I don't know what to tell you. I haven't been down that road. I don't know the answers for you. There can be resentment from, I did a thing. Hey, I don't know. You followed the experts. You do what you can. People make the best choices they can most of the time. I don't know. Hindsight's 2020, and it can be tough. It can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be. You can reach out. I don't know you exist. You're listening to this. Some of you guys listen to this and you don't ever contact in. I don't know even you're listening. We have had 250-ish episodes of a relationship. If you've listened to them all, you know me quite well. I have no idea who you are. I'm happy to talk. I mean, I probably can't be friends with pen pals with everybody, but we're a small enough thing that if you specifically need help, please reach out. I'm happy to talk to you. My email address and phone number are the ones actually on our website. If you go to CrossFitGarage.com, that's me. Yes, we do have some automation baked into it, but if you call or text or email or whatever to those, then that's me and you'll get me and I'll talk to you. Guys, I'm happy to help. If you want to hire me, I know the joke is I'm $1,000 an hour. That's because I don't really want you to hire me. I just don't like telling people to do a thing and then not doing it. If you pay enough, you'll do it. Or the other ways, which I really want you to do, track your food and your movement for 2 weeks, and then I'll help you for an hour for free. So, so we're here for you. And this doesn't have to be a life sentence of doom. It can be something that you grow out of. Surround yourself with people that are marching in that same direction. Don't surround your people with naysayers. Get advice from the ones you love. Get advice from the internet. Try things on your own. Experiment. It doesn't have to be one way. There is hope. Again, maybe I'll title this A New Hope. Jokingly, I know it's not a joke, but I'm happy that Evan is doing well. I'm happy that I was able to do the journey with him. We're still on it. Probably will never end. I probably will never change the way I eat. I know he will, but it doesn't have to be a death sentence, and it doesn't have to be a remove body parts sentence. Try stuff. Listen to podcasts. Hire a consultant. I think that's wise advice. And again, just realize you're not alone. All right, guys. Hey, Andy McCann here with CrossFit Garage. Y'all take care.